Think LinkedIn is just for job hunters? Think again. Even if you love your job and plan to stay put, skipping LinkedIn today is like refusing a business card in the 90s. You're missing the big picture. I'm not just talking about checking job openings, it's the platform every professional interested in their long-term career needs to be on. Let me show you why and how you can take your career to the next level and meet some really interesting people along the way. Number one, don't be a last minute Sally. If you wait until you're ready to look for a job to build your LinkedIn presence, you're about 5 years too late. Most recruiters check your profile before reaching out. If your profile looks like it was last updated during the Obama administration, it's not a good look. That's not a good look. Instead of scrambling later, build now. Add accomplishments with a few short posts to show your insights and collect a recommendation or two. Trust me, I'll do it later is the battle cry of the unemployed. But you say, I'm a lifer. I'm going to stay here forever. That may be your plan, but it may not be your company's plan. And even if it is, sometimes companies merge, some get bought out, and even worse, some go out of business. Should that happen, you'll find yourself setting up your LinkedIn account when you're stressed out and not at your best. Waiting means you won't have time to refine it, maybe add a few articles to show your superior writing skills, get a few recommendations, or make a few insightful comments on posts put up by others in your industry. You will have missed out on your golden opportunity to shine. Your lackluster LinkedIn profile could mean you don't even get called for that first interview, while a more sparkling one might move you to the head of the list. What's more, part of your profile is the number of connections you have. This takes time to develop. We're going to discuss the benefit of having a good number of connections in a little bit, so stay tuned. Number two, more connections translates into more opportunity. Here's the secret sauce. The more meaningful connections you have, the more invisible doors you'll unlock. Many openings are shared privately within networks, never posted publicly. What's more, the more connections you have, the more likely you are to hear about potential job openings, sometimes before they're even listed, if they ever get listed at all. That's because savvy professionals will send messages to their community of connections saying they have an opening and does anyone know of an interested candidate. If you're not one of the connections, you'll never even know of those openings. But if you are, you can raise your hand and say, hey, what about me? I might be interested. So if you're wondering, yes, the number of connections matters. And when you send invitations to connect, which is fairly easy to do on LinkedIn, don't only limit it to those who are in a position to help you today. That's pretty easy to spot, and you'll get fewer acceptances than if you approach it more strategically. Think of LinkedIn as a long-term game, not necessarily about what you can get out of it today, but a year or 2 or 10 years down the road. So send invitation to those at your level, as well as those who are a step or two below. You never know whose career is going to skyrocket and they're going to climb the career ladder much faster than you or get a fabulous new job at that company you'd love to work for. Number 3, resume memory loss is a real thing. I have a confession to make. Before LinkedIn, I updated my resume about once a decade, maybe. Can you remember what your key accomplishments were 8 years ago? Neither can I. With LinkedIn, you can document your wins while they're fresh in your mind, which means when it's time to job hunt, you're not stuck digging through old emails, trying to remember what projects you worked on, what was the name of that project, who you worked with back in 2015. Number 4. With LinkedIn, you can build lifetime relationships without an expiration date. It's a way to keep in touch with folks when you've moved on to another job at another country or at another company, or perhaps in another city. When they post a notice that they've gotten a new position or they've gotten promoted, you can send a quick note of congratulations. It doesn't take long. Certainly am able to keep in touch with a lot more people with LinkedIn than I had without it. And as a little bonus, and it always makes me happy when I see someone who I thought highly of has gotten a promotion or has gotten some sort of recognition that they so sorely deserve. Number 5, LinkedIn can be networking without that awkward small talk. It makes networking a lot easier, especially if you're in a location where there aren't a lot of in-person get-togethers. Meeting people on LinkedIn is relatively simple. Comment on their posts and they're likely to reply. Send an invitation to link, and as long as you are in a related field and your invite doesn't come across as a sales pitch, which happens, I'm going to tell you, or that you want something from them, they are likely to accept. It might not happen immediately, as many people don't get on LinkedIn every day. Some only get on once a week or once a month. So as I said, it's a long game. There's another reason everyone is advised to not wait until they are looking for a job to set up their profile. As we've kind of alluded to, it takes time to build a network. Think you don't know anyone to network with? Well, LinkedIn provides one of the easiest ways to get started. Just start liking other folks' posts, making comments on them, or even posting a question. Then respond to the responses you receive. Even better, you might write a short article and post it on LinkedIn if you're comfortable doing that. If at all possible, reference others in the post. You can do this by putting the @ in front of their name. Now, don't just put at the end of your posts, put a whole bunch of people's names in so that they get notified about your post, because you know they have a large network and you're hoping they'll repost yours or comment. Everybody can see right through that. But the more comments and reactions your upper post receives, the wider distribution it receives on LinkedIn. And the more people who see your post, the more likely you are to receive more views. So it's kind of like a rolling ball. And what this does is begin to grow your network. This is networking without having to go to a live event and make any awkward approaches. Number 6, hasteful bragging. And yes, there is such a thing, and I'm going to show you how to do it. It's the place where you can brag within reason about your accomplishments and bring it to the attention of your network and recruiters. Get a promotion? Post a short notice about it, saying something along the lines of, I'm happy to announce I'll be taking the role of a manager or director or whatever at ABC company. Likewise, if you land a new job at a new company, you can post something along the lines that says, I'm honored to announce I'll be joining ABC company as whatever. And you can always do it twice. Once when you announce that you accepted the job, and then a week or two later or whenever, you can put a second notice up that says something about your old company, like you thank them for the wonderful experience, blah, blah, blah. So this gets your name, if you will, out there twice in front of people. And if part of your network is that peer from one of your old companies who always acted as though they thought they were better than you, well, that's just icing on the cake that they're going to get. Number 7, and this is important, don't forget, everyone can see you. Yes, it is about job search, whether you're just looking or trying to see what's out there, or you're really trying to see if it's worth sticking your toes in the water, or you're really seriously looking for a job. Without a doubt, companies and individuals list open opportunities on LinkedIn. So if you're actively looking, look on LinkedIn. Some individuals even note on their profile that they're open to work, and you'll see the little necklace, if you will, that LinkedIn will put on your picture if you want them to do. But if you do this, remember, your boss and others at your company might see it. So only take advantage of this feature if they are aware that you're looking, or you don't really care. But remember, some people don't take it well when their subordinates look for a job. So just be careful. Also, I just want to point out that fraud has taken its toll here, as it has in just about every other facet of business life. If a listing appears too good to be true, or they ask for information that they shouldn't, like your bank account number, steer clear. And number 8, saving the best for last. LinkedIn is one of the gateways to the great hidden job market. Those great jobs that I've been talking about that somehow always get filled before they even get listed. They get filled through whispers and referrals and quiet outreach, all of which can happen on LinkedIn. You want to be part of that? Start now. You can be one of those insiders in the know by simply clicking on the link that has appeared on your YouTube screen and is in the description, and we'll give you some insights on how to work your way into this hidden job market and find those coveted jobs. It's a lot easier than you might think. Good luck.